Now, the directions were to give you a ping pong ball and the other cup. Now, I didn't give you a ping pong ball. If you want to use a ping pong ball, I left some in the main office on the table for kids. So if you just want to come in today or tomorrow and grab a ping pong ball, that'll be fine. Otherwise, there's all different other options that you can do. You can take the cup itself and just upside down, right? Hot glue. So a thin strip on the inside, attach it to your tube so it's sticking off the edge of the tube. And then upside down, put a thick strip around so it doesn't fall off. So then your rocket would have your cup looking like that. And that's what's going to cut through the air, this little flat part. Right? Or I've had some people get a wine cork. So they take a wine cork and they kind of scrape away a little bit of the top so that it looks pointy. Put a little bit of tape around it and then a thin strip of hot glue. They would put this in and then they would make sure that they hot glued the rest. And that cork would be like a real rocket to cut through the air. So some people have done that. I've had people just glue the plain ping pong ball on the top. So they would just take a round object and just glue it right to the top of the tube. All right? Or they would put the cup inside the top of the tube and glue the ping pong ball like that. All right? So kind of that's what your rocket would look like if it were glued. I've had some people who were lucky enough to have 3D printers. And they actually 3D printed a really sharp, pointy nose cone. And then they would just hot glue it, or they would design it so that this would fit right inside. And that's probably the best type of nose cone you could have, but not a lot of people have a 3D printer. So if you are not using the ping pong ball, chances are you're just going to put the other yellow cup upside down on the tip of your rocket. So again, you'll put thin strip of glue on the inside, stick it, and then turn it upside down like this and put a thick strip around there. And then your rocket's going to be done. If you want to add any color, designs, patterns, stickers, you can do that. Now, just to show you our wind tunnel again, because the nose cone is the first part of the rocket that hits the air. So what is better? Why is something pointy better? What about this flat cup? Is that better than this round ping pong ball? Well, if you downloaded, because I know some of you were gonna, this Wind Tunnel free app, we can actually find out. All right, so let me reset. Now I know which way the air is going. So my rocket's going to be going up into the air. So I'm going to try to draw this cup the best I can. Okay, so draw. The cup is flat on the top, straight with a little angle. All right, that kind of looks like my cup. Try to draw it as full size as you can. Let me put calculations. And my drag is like 11. All right, you can see the air hitting there. And then most importantly, if I put the pressure on, you can see right on the top of that cup, there's going to be a lot of pressure. So now let's compare that to the ping pong ball. So let me go back to just air. Let me go back to draw. And I'm actually going to try to draw a ping pong ball. All right, not bad. Pretty close to full size. Same thing. Turn on my calculations. Look at my drag with the ping pong ball. So the ping pong ball is showing me more drag than the plastic cup upside down. Now let me look at the pressure. All right, same thing. You're going to have a lot of pressure right on the top, but that's common sense. That's the first piece of the rocket. It's going to make connection with the air. So now let's try a nice pointy nose cone, which you can make from either the cork, or if you had a 3D printer, you could do that. So nice. Now I got to pick draw. Nice pointy nose cone. Not the best point, I guess. So let me erase. There, that's a little better. Okay, now let me hit drag. Oh, drag was on. So my drag there is 11, 10. So it's probably the best of them all. But pressure, there's a lot less pressure right on that tip, and it's more spread. Okay. So today, you want to continue gluing. So if you're still gluing that cup, you want to still check to make sure no air is coming in or light's coming through the toes. Make sure you've got enough. Put the tube on, spot glue it so it doesn't fall off, and then you're ready to make that transition cone. All right. Remember, you cut it out on the solid line all the way around. Then you're going to line it up so that the end of the cone matches the dotted line. You're going to put one piece of tape in the middle to hold it, and then one over the top, and then one over the bottom. And that will be written in the to-do list. And then it's up to you to decide what you want to do with the nose cone. If we finish that today, be a good spot to stop. And then tomorrow, we are going to be starting some of the written assessments. So we're going to go over measuring tomorrow. I'll go back to my computer and see if we have any questions.
I can already tell you we got one, Gary. Let me get back.
I'm just going to stop the recording.